asking, tell your story, tell your story. And I didn't up till that point. So when she did call me, the producer, and say, yeah, we want to hear your story. And I forget what the number was in 2020. I think it was 60 something. Was it not, Bob? 2020
Can you make sure that
struck
by
by
me and everything on both platforms?
2020.
Please.
I think it was 60 something.
Nice.
I mean, it was high. And so I felt that it was time to tell my story, and I sat down that night and I typed my story up, and it took me about 3 to 4 hours at crying the whole time.
Well,
you know
I
what I
can imagine. Yeah, emotional.
And then when I sent it to her, she called me like 2 days later, and she was like, wow, like, I didn't know. And I'm like, nobody knew, you know what I mean? Like, nobody knew I was going to end my life, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Which you kind of don't want to tell people sometimes.
Right. But I felt at the time that it needed to be done. So from there,
is it not
I
gained.
Volume?
Huh? Not on Facebook? Do what? Yes, that one's Facebook.
So so from there, I built I had more of a relationship with Responder Safety Training Institute. And them guys do an amazing job keeping the track of all the struck by numbers, all the fatalities. They have numerous modules for traffic incident management. So we were talking, they're like, we want to try to get the towing industry more involved with their organization. So at that point, I had been going to shows, funding a lot of my own tow shows, so that I can meet these people and try to get some funding and stuff like that to continue not only my efforts, but the efforts of responder safety. So through that, I met Andrew Meinster. He was a big part of helping me get to these shows.
I met Andrew personally for the first time yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, we've communicated over the phone and online a couple times. Super nice guy.
Yeah, he definitely insured my truck the short time that I had my own truck. We built a relationship before that, and then he invited me to Baltimore 3 years ago. I guess it was 4 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And he picked up the tab, and I started getting to know him more and more, and doing the videos. We did some funny stuff, and I'm still in the background. I know Wags took lead, and I'm fine with that. It's Andrew does take care of his customers. I mean, he gets busy, and I see a lot of the comments. Oh, he doesn't call nobody back, but yeah, he eventually gets to you, or I don't know. I mean, he's a busy guy. I just know that, but he does. He has saved a lot of people a lot of money.
I really personally, and I'm online a lot. Besides some comments, I've never really heard anything about it.
I read a lot of the comments, and there's people out there that and you're always going to have haters. I have haters.
Yeah, I have them.
And sometimes the haters not only fuel me, but that gives me more content.
Yeah.
And if you're watching and you're hating on my stuff,
your friends see it too.
You're watching it.
Yeah. So when you share it and hate on it, everybody else sees it.
Let you can hate on it all you want. You're watching it, and each time you watch it, I get paid. I get paid from TikTok and Facebook. Mm-hmm. So you can hate on my videos all you want because you're watching them, and I get paid. So so from there, I started going to all these shows, getting some of these corporations. Last year, I was able, through some donations, to get Responder Safety a booth at last year's tow show. I did it again this year through some donations. And they are having a good turnout last year. And I'm going to continue doing that. So this year, I went to a funeral at a tow truck driver in the city of Pittsburgh. I was living in Pittsburgh at the moment. And I had gotten a phone call from a lady by the name of 𝕵𝖊𝖗 Christensen, and she is the president of the Utah Professional Towing Alliance. And she invited me and Wags to come to their event. It was like 2 months ago, and speak. So I went out there and spoke, and that was. I do a lot of small talking. Like I did some stuff with Allstate Roadside, which is like 10, 15 people. That event was actually the most that I've ever spoken in front of. It was like 60 or 70 people. Yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but it's my passion, and it's gotten me recognized from Cumberland Valley Volunteer Firemen's Association, which is actually the nonprofit part of Emergency Responder Safety Institute. And they do amazing stuff. So I was invited to Utah, and then she called me up shortly after that, and invited me to their event for next year in Utah, and also invited me to Las Vegas Tow Show and Wags as well. And they're going to give us each a table, and then I'm going to set some stuff up for responder safety and a couple other nonprofits that